Hello there, I am going to talk to you about two pieces of kayaking equipment which I've been using for the last year. Basically just going to give them an honest review, talk about my sort of favourite features on them and all that sort of good stuff. These two bits of kit, it's the 7-figure Drysuit and the Lucky Charm Spraydeck, both made by Immersion Research. We'll start with the Lucky Charm deck. That's a very short review. It's basically my favourite spray deck I've ever tried. I really do not see myself changing decks ever, really. You know, the RAND technology on it is fantastic. It really sort of works well. It gives you quite a bit of peace of mind, sort of knowing you've got just a bulletproof spray deck on your boat whilst you're paddling down whatever it is that you're paddling down. Maybe it's not an essential piece of equipment if you know, just sort of paddle like your grade 2s and all this sort of thing, but if you want to hit those bigger drops and the bigger rapids and all that sort of stuff, really good bit of kit. I could not recommend it enough, really. That's it for that, really. Moving on to the Drysuit, I'm just going to give it a run through from bottom to top, just on my favourite features and a few things I like about it and all that sort of stuff. Just to begin with, I think it's a really good looking bit of kit. They did a good job of making it look like a smart bit of paddling kit. As we know, as kayakers, it's important, if not essential, to have colour-coded pieces of equipment, and the Drysuit there matched my buoyancy aid really well. So you know, that was a big bonus when buying it in the first place. But other than that, you know, they've got the two colours on them, and I just think it's a good looking bit of kit, which is always nice. But anyway, starting from the bottom, the socks on it. A lot of people seem to always say, myself included, with previous suits, the socks are always the first thing to go on the Drysuit. That is true, but not with this suit. Immersion Research have they put like a thicker material for the sock material, and you know, I've been using it heavy use, quite a lot of walking in it and hiking for, you know, portages and getting to put-ins and all that sort of thing over the last year. Socks are absolutely still completely waterproof. I went kayaking just this morning, came off the river and was still dry. I drove home in the thermal that I went in, which is partly to do with the fact I forgot my t-shirt, but also the fact I had that as an option because I was still dry when coming out is fantastic. Went off on one there, sorry. Going up from the socks, you got your legs and all that sort of thing. Pretty standard sort of Drysuit setup. They've got the new, not new, they've got the Velcro things around your ankle so you can adjust it in as you want. But a really good feature is this belt which I have in the middle. The belt really actually quite a lot more of a nice feature than I thought. I really like having the belt there because I do a few, you know, when you're doing sort of whitewater safety and rescue bits and pieces, you know, swimming around in rivers when you're not necessarily got your spray deck on. The spray deck holds the trousers up quite nicely, but when you're not got it on, it seems to fall down. But with this belt, do the belt up, tighten it up, sorted. It's like, you know, it's like kind of, you don't need anything to hold your trousers up, which is quite handy. I know a few suits have those sort of straps inside them to keep the trousers up. Not needed for this. Belt works fantastically well. So going up from that, the bit that goes underneath the, you know, it comes over the top of the spray deck. It's got some sort of grippy pads in it to stop your deck moving around, all that sort of thing. Really good adjustment on the Velcro, so you can make yourself nice and dry. Stop water getting in. That all works very well indeed. And then all the seals, the latex seals on the wrist, and all that sort of thing, and the neck, they're all protected by the neoprene. So likely, you know, sometimes if you've not got that protection on it, you catch it on a thorn or, you know, a bit of barbed wire or whatever when you're doing a portage. Not really that much of a risk because you've got that good protection of the neoprene. And I think that's it, really. Basically, it's a great bit of kit. The one thing that did throw me off about it actually was it doesn't matter, it does not affect the kit in any way, shape or form, but I noticed that the zip is on the other side to any other dry suit I've ever used. So every time I go to zip up my zipper, I'll reach that way and go, oh yeah, it's on the other side. So but you know, as I said, that has absolutely no effect on the suit whatsoever. It's just a funny little thing that I noticed when I keep grabbing my wrong shoulder every time I go paddling. But anyway, that's not important, so I'll shut up about that. Basically, both these bits of kit I'd very much strongly recommend from a paddler to paddlers potentially looking at you know, buying their first dry suit or a new dry suit or Spraydeck or whatever. I cannot recommend these two bits of kit enough. They are fantastic. Over the last year, you know, I've done stuff all over the place, Europe, and a lot of multi-days and a trip down the Grand Canyon in January. Pretty much lived in this kit for you know, 2 weeks straight. Completely bulletproof, not let me down anytime, anywhere. So I'll be using these bits of kit for a long time to come, and I would recommend that you do the same if you want to stay dry and keep the water out of your boat and out of your thermals. Nice one. Cheers.